So right now we will learn how to set up registration, and not just the layout of registration page, but actually the real working registration page. So we need to start in Firebase with adding some inbuilt authentication. We need to add sign-in method at email password. We already set it, so at that point it's not necessary. Next, we need to go to settings, open authentication in settings, and enable it. By default, we need to set entry page. We can choose any page, but we need to choose registration page. So when the user first logged in, it will go to the registration page, and when the user already logged in, it will go to the home page. Next, let's go to the Firebase and create new collection called users. Here, FlutterFlow will automatically suggest us to create their pre-popular default user collection with default user fields. So we need to always press yes, because all the default fields provided by FlutterFlow is necessary for almost all projects. However, we can always add our own fields in order to improve our user collection. For example, we can add some role, choose string. This role can be any role, like administrator, just user, customer, or shop owner, anything depending on your app. Next, we go to settings, authentication. Here we can use specific login instructions. By going through these tutorials, you can enable any type of registration if you want. Now let's go to the settings and press validate. Validate is used mostly to validate our schema in Firebase, in FlutterFlow, and in Firebase, and whether our data structure created automatically by FlutterFlow is correct. So let's check it again. Authentication. Oh no, Firebase settings. Yes, everything is set up. This might be here. You might have just the button deploy. In that case, you need to press deploy, press OK, and wait until these 5 store rules are deployed in your FlutterFlow. Now, let's open registration page. Click on registration, add action, then choose Firebase authentication and create account. Create account means registration. Here we choose registration by email. Our email field is right. This is name field. This is email. This is password, and this is confirm press. You can change. I have changed the name of this text field in order to use it conveniently. You can also set anything you want, for example like that. Then in registration page, email field is this field, email. Password field is this, and confirm password field. And make sure that you have in password field you have password. This password field property is checked. Now we press create user document, and we need to add some fields in our user collection. Here we didn't specify any role here, so we'll leave it null. Also with phone number and UID and photo URL. Everything else we have right here, like email, name, and time. Email is from variable widget state, this value of this email field. Display name from variable, not global properties, but widget state, here value of this name field. Created time, we can take global properties and current time. This means that FlutterFlow will use default time in user's cell phone or smartphone. That's it. So let's check again. Settings, everything is deployed and validated. So in order to test our application, we just press test and wait about 3 or 4 minutes. Here our test mode is launched, and we can type any name we want. For example, let's write Alex. Our mail is alexmail.com. Password. And let's press registration. So as you can see here, we registered and it navigated us to the home page, as we have mentioned right here in our authentication. So if we logged in, it will navigate us to the home page, and we can check it right here. In authentication in Firebase, we can see that our Alex user is saved in our database. We can also check Alex by pressing here and manage content. This is more convenient way of manipulating with our data than opening the Firebase account every time. Just press manage content, and here Alex is also appeared. Here all our collections and every field in collection will appear like that. This is it for our registration.